Can you tell me about your interpreting services?
We are one of the oldest interpretation agencies in the country. We focused on interpreting since 1993. We worked with federal agencies and state agencies, private companies, and universities. Now our practice is a global practice. We had conferences in Africa, in Asia, in Europe, and we obviously work a lot in the United States.
And what is the difference, Leo, between simultaneous and consecutive interpreting?
Consecutive interpreting is when a person speaks, the speaker says a sentence, pauses, and then the interpreter translates that into his language. And that's a very time-consuming and outdated and yet commonly used way of interpreting. Simultaneous interpreting, in turn, is much faster. This is where the speaker doesn't slow down, doesn't stop, doesn't pause at the end of his thought or sentence, and the interpreter usually separated from the audience, sitting in a isolation booth, gets the sound from the speaker amplified into his ears through the headphones, and interprets without a pause, keeping pace with the speaker.
Is that the type that we see at the United Nations meetings?
Yes, precisely. That's some people call it UN-style interpreting.
I have another question for you. What type of services do you provide at conferences?
This is the core of what we do, conference support. So usually when we work with large international organizations, conference organizers, we translate their materials in advance so that speakers, when they present PowerPoint presentations and they make speeches, we immediately have those materials delivered in writing to the audience. Then we have simultaneous interpreters. This is key. They work from the booth. They work from those isolation booths and interpret simultaneously. And then we have consecutive interpreters who work at meetings, negotiations within that conference. And of course, we provide equipment for those conferences, all those booths, microphones, headsets, and so on. This is core of what we do. Wherever you do business, we speak the language.